Morning, Queens. It's such an honor and a privilege for me to be with you. I'm so touched. It's just that a lot has been happening in this season in my life that I couldn't really fully commit. But I want to tell you, I'm part of you. As soon as I sort out these other things, I am definitely running with you. I love what you are doing, especially having us women from all different churches come together, unite. When women unite, there is just power there. So I'm so blessed to be part and privileged to be part of you. Thank you so much for the title also, Stillness Before Strength. It's a beautiful title. And the verse that you've given me, it's Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. Then I just want us to start from verse 13, where Moses is actually talking and asking God, saying, "Now before I pray you, if I found favor in your sight, show me now your way, that I may know you, progressively becoming more deeply and intimately acquainted with you, perceiving and recognizing and understanding more strongly and clearly, and that I may find favor in your sight. And the Lord do consider that this nation is your people." What I want to highlight in this is that he says, so that I may perceive and recognize and strongly understand you, God. He's having a conversation with our Father. And then the Lord answers him and says to him, that's now where 14 comes in and says, "My presence shall go with you, and I will give you rest." So I'm taking from here, rest is not it's not a place where you are doing nothing or you've been doing nothing. But the Father is just calling us to a place where say, come find rest. Come find rest in instructing so that I can give you instruction as to where to go further. I've had a privilege last year to attend a poetry competition with my daughter. So I would go there as a parent. We always are tasked with such, and I had to sit through all the kids doing their poems, reciting their poems. I think there was about 50 kids, and all of them, most of them, when they would get onto stage, the first thing they would do, they would inhale because of the nerves, because they are so scared. They would inhale. And one, as I watch one child after another doing the same thing, and mostly the ones that would inhale in such a manner would normally not perform that well. They would be average or below average. And the ones that were more relaxed and who were exhaling before they would recite the poem, their tone was much clearer, their pace was much clearer, they were more relaxed, and we could really just take in what they are saying. And after the competition, when the judge now gave their scoring, and then this is one thing that she noted to them, and she said to them that girls and boys, make sure next time before you recite or when you go onto stage and you feel yourself become nervous, never ever inhale. You must always exhale. And the exhaling comes in when you exhale, you give you send a message to your brain that I am safe, I'm okay. And then your brain can also now work with your body, and you can flow much better. Instead of inhaling, because when you inhale, you suppress, there's a valve, I'm not a doctor, but there's a certain valve that you suppress that tells the heart that, okay, breathe faster. And also now the brain is signaling that, okay, we are in flight or fight mode. And then hence you cannot perform well if you do that. And I feel like I want to relate that story to the text that we are saying, that the Father is saying, come back, come and take your rest, like come and exhale with me, come exhale, and so that you'll be able to pace yourself better in life. Come and reset, come and put, as you take that exhale from all that has been going on, from all the pressures of life, how we've been pressed from every side. And while you are sitting with me, your Father, that I will give you instruction, I can tell you where to go next, and surely enough you will know what to do. And we come to a place where, Father, as we continue in verse 15, where Moses is saying, if your presence is not going to go with me, I do not want to go anywhere. So that is the favor that we're asking God this morning. That's what we are asking God, that may we be reset to this morning. May He speak to us, because and there's nothing we can do in a frantic mode when you are not sure of what and where to go. Because the Father is saying to us that where we are going in the season of this, in this season, in this year, it's very crucial to take this moment, and it's a beautiful thing that you queens are doing, to take this moment to come to him, because we are in a season where we cannot just be quiet anymore. We are in a season where we cannot go with the flow anymore. We are in a season where when things get tough, like in our families, we are the voice of truth, we are the light, we are here for such a time as night. Like I always hear we would have a conversation with my husband. I'm like, I wonder if I was born in a time of Jesus, was I going to be part of the disciples, or where was I going to be? But yes, you are called for the right time. Where you are right now, this time, 2026, it's you. You were predestined for this time. Let us be the disciples of this now, of this century, where we cannot be quiet. Our country is falling apart because when you look at the history of church was always meant to be the answer. Church was always, because when there was a crisis of health and people were dying, that's where hospitals were actually birthed. That's when it was churches that stood up and say, no, we need to do something. We need to help our people. Even when you continue looking, then church was starting to be now formed in people's living rooms, where the key people there were women. So I'm saying to us this morning that we are in a place, once again, I want to emphasize, we cannot be quiet anymore. In our families, when there is arguments, we are the ones who stand for truth. You do not take sides. We are objective. You understand? Because that's why it is important for us to then form such platforms where we will always be connected to the Father, where God will always be able to use us in instances in our workplaces. We must always stand for truth. This is the time, this is the season where we are running. So this is crucial, where you come and you rest and you reset. And I love the stillness. I don't want to really say stillness before the storm, the quiet, the peace before the storm. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but yes, that's where we are going, where we take our time. We come in and just make sure, because a soldier, like when you are in battle and they are sending you out, there's no time to go back to the person in charge of you and, oh, Gonje, what did you say? Nyapi, like, what must you do? We must take the instruction, take it, and take it so well so that you can run. You understand? So I honestly just feel that we at that time now. We at that time, gone are the times where we say, yo, I mean, I'm not a politician, and it's again listen to. No, we are the light, we are the salt of the nation. If we're not gonna speak up for the right thing, and listen, it's very important to speak up for the right thing at the right time, and that's where you get the grace from the Father. And this is so important, so that when you speak with authority and boldness. I had an opportunity to be employed by a mine, and then unfortunately, when I got there, I got swallowed by the culture of the place, and okay, I would not really do it, but I got swallowed in a sense of, I would not say anything. I would not, if whatever is happening, it's fine. It's none of my business. I'll continue managing what I am managing, And then a time came where they were retrenching people. And surely, behold, I was one of the people that got retrenched. And as I was crying to my Father, my God, why you said that we are favored, and I'm crying now. And my Father's like, but I cannot trust you in that place. Like, I cannot, you are missing my assignment. And if I keep you there, I'm going to lose you. So I had to pull you out so that I can work with you. So our Father, it's not about the work that you have. It's not about the status that it's in. It's about what assignment God is sending you out with. And if you are missing it, surely He's going to recall. He's going to recall you, and you wonder. But what I want to emphasize this morning is that as we are resetting, as we are coming to our Father, as we are saying, Lord, here am I. Let your will be done. And Father, give me strength. And You cannot reset, you cannot come to a place of stillness if you are filled with unforgiveness, if your heart is filled with bitterness, and your heart is hardened. The Father cannot, you'll never have rest, because if your heart is not at rest, at peace, everything is in turmoil. So I am speaking to us women that we go through so much. We experience so many unfair, unjust things that are not has nothing to do with us, that we have never supposed to be encountering. I can start, like, whether it's in marriage, whether it's children, whether it's a workplace, whether it's just in the community. There's so many unjust that is happening, and whether it's your past, things that has happened to you in your past. But we really need to come to a place where we forgive ourselves, forgive the situations, because so many a time you will find that you are in a place because things were not in your control, and you are unable to move every time. Then God has to call you to some of us, it's not the first time God is saying, come, let's reset, come, let's be still before me, come, let me talk to you. But it's because when he assigns us and he says go out and run, then we encounter things and we get pulled back again, because we have not dealt with what is hurting us, what has been what has caused us to not be able to go to the next level. Oh, the sun just came up and it's disturbing me a bit. Let me just try to turn a little bit. Yes. So and then you find yourself not being able to work anymore and to continue with what you were doing because of this, because of your heart. So and yes, I feel like the Father is saying to us this morning that you need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you had no control over. Forgive yourself for what you had control over, but yet still didn't do it the way you thought it had to be done. And because if you are not in love with yourself, if you cannot carry yourself, if you cannot be with yourself, he cannot use us. So importantly, what I am just hearing the Father saying, that he wants to use us, he wants us to run, but he needs us to be a vessel that is empty, where he can pour into, that he can use in this nation, where he can use in our communities, where he can use in the schools. We are in a time where we cannot leave it up to other people to be in our children's HGB. We're supposed to be contesting and saying, I want to be in the HGB. I want to be in the municipality. Wherever there's things that need to be done, I need to be there so that I can be the voice of truth, so that people cannot make decisions on my behalf and implement things on my children's behalf, and then I must be surprised. No, we are in the front line. We are in a place in our lives where we need to be in the front line. We are the front soldiers. We are fighting. It's fight time, my sisters. We need to fight. So let's be in this place of stillness, and I call it a reset, because Moses was talking to God and saying that, Father, I need favor, I need understanding, and God saying, I will give you rest. That rest doesn't mean you're gonna sit with me, we're gonna chill, things are gonna be nice. The rest is that I'm gonna be rested. In your car and you're driving, you are resting on that seat. So I feel like it's the same thing that the Father is saying, that you are finding rest in me. I am the vehicle that's gonna keep you as we go. That's why then in verse 15 Moses is saying that, because if you are not going with me, I'm not going anywhere. So that's where we are. We are coming to him to find rest, to be in that vehicle, and so that he can move and guide us and show us where to go, so that we can be the voice, so that we can be the answer. People cannot struggle when we are there. People cannot be in darkness when we are there. People cannot be confused when we are there. Because then there's a verse in the Bible that says he brings understanding. How does the Father bring understanding? Through us. We are the understanding, because he cannot come to earth himself. He uses, we are his workmen. We are here to carry out what he wants to be done on earth. And it's not about us, it's bigger. If we're still gonna imagine, I always say this, we should be worried now about, okay, we don't worry, remember, but we should be tasking ourselves with other children's school fees. And like now it's time for stationery. You should be in a place where you're buying another child's stationery, not only your kids. But now we are just here, like, okay, if I can just get that school bag for my child, if I can just get the stationery. And that's not where we are. We are in a place of abundance. We are the heads and not the tail. We are above. And it's enough for us to be always quoting, but we don't see the evidence of the God that we are serving. It is a time for evidence. It's a time where we put our money where our mouth is. Child's university school fees. I will pay the school fees. I will pay the stationery. I will buy this groceries. But if you are too concerned with what about your life and you are struggling with, you will not even have to begin to think about the next family. And we are in that place now where we need to see, you see this Bible that we are reading, we need to see the evidence. We are in a season of evidence. We need to see what we are preaching. Not do as I say, but do as I do. You cannot continue telling people about a God that is so great, a God that is so powerful, but He is limited in our lives. So as we take this time, as we are fasting and praying, we are saying, Father, as the book of Corinthians say, let it be shown, let the evidence be seen in my life that you are a living Father. Let our minds be renewed and transformed during this time as we are praying, as we are coming to you, and we're coming to the stillness, understanding we're not coming to rest and sit here at your feet, but we are coming to eat at your feet so that we can go out and run, so that we can run a race that is worthy, that one day when we come to you, it would be worthy to be in heaven, that we will be accountable. You understand? So I want to say this to us, my beautiful queens, that our Father loves us. Our Father is here for us. Our Father is here to give us more than what we can begin to think and imagine. You know, our Father is not only concerned about you, but He's concerned about the people that are surrounding you. Because we are looking for platforms like this to minister. But our church starts in our family, in the sitting room. Are we calling our children? Are we calling our children? I posted it on my status. I was laughing. My daughter, just out of the blue, comes to the kitchen, and she takes, we have the small glasses where we take communion, and she takes bread, and she comes to the table. Well, it was not red or anything. You know, kids they don't care about color or does the bread have yeast or anything. And then she comes to the sitting room and she's asking, can I please pray? So she has the elements before her. And now she's praying, she's taking Holy Communion and she's praying. And what are you praying for? She wants bunk beds. Yeah, so I'm just saying that comes from what I have done, what she has seen me do, you know, and then that's what we need. We need to be the ministers in our family. We need to be praying in our family. Church has to start in our houses where we know that this time we need to fight. We need to fight for our children to know the word of God. We need to fight for our family to know that at 7 o'clock it's prayer time. It doesn't have to be a long prayer, but we must make our children used to it so that anyway, when they go out there, they know what to do. When things become difficult, they know where to run to, who to run to, and whose voice. But most importantly, we are criminalizing, we are opening their ears to the Father, so that the Father, they will know this voice. They will know as His sheep, they will be able to respond to Him because they know the voice. Because when they are in that time when they need to take decisions and make decisions, they will know the voice of God. Even right now, as we are coming to rest, we are coming to say, Father, maybe I got too busy with other things. Things were becoming hectic. May I know the voice of the God. May you speak to me again. Let me hear, and let God task you with greater things, my sisters. Let God entrust us with greater assignments. Let us not miss, like myself when I was working there, He could not promote me. He could not do anything with me in that workplace because I was too into self. I was too concerned with self. But let us open our ears and our hearts and our minds so that saying, Father, use us. If you are not with me, I'm not going, you know. So it means that wherever you go, the presence of God must be with you. Wherever you go, He must be seen in you. People must be like, but you know. And I went to the clinic the other day, and then this lady's like, Haibo, why was so kind? What's wrong with you? Unfortunately, she said that. So you see the kind of world we are living in these days, like how You are different, because everybody is like, we don't greet each other anymore, those little things. But let me tell you that there's a Father. Our hearts needs to be full, because you cannot pour out from an empty cup. So as we are coming here and we are saying we are availing ourselves, pour into us. Let us move. Let us take this moment, like I was referring to the poems that the kids were making, where they would inhale instead of exhaling. Let us do it the right way. Let's exhale and take in what the Father said. Our life, let us be at peace, let us be at ease, so that He can also speak much better to us. And I thank you so much. As we continue prayer, I hand over to you, MC.